everyone, and a very good day to all of you. I hope you are doing well and ready for another interesting topic. Today, we will explore the art and science of crafting effective summaries, a skill essential for students, professionals, and anyone who deals with information overload in our fast-paced world. Summary writing involves condensing a larger piece of text, be it an article, book, report, or speech, into a shorter form that retains the core message while eliminating superfluous details. The goal is not merely to shorten the original, but to distill its essence, making it accessible and useful without losing fidelity to the source. As we delve deeper, we will examine the key elements that constitute a strong summary and the techniques you can employ to master this craft. By the end of this lecture, you will have a comprehensive understanding of how to approach summary writing with confidence and precision. Summary writing is an essential academic and professional skill that involves condensing a larger text into a shorter form while preserving its core ideas, its meaning, and the logical flow of the text. The primary purpose of summary writing is to demonstrate understanding, filter out unnecessary details, and present information in a clear and concise manner. This skill is used across disciplines from literature and linguistics to journalism, research, and organizational communication. Mastering summary writing improves comprehension, critical thinking, and the ability to communicate effectively. A good summary does not merely shorten the text, it captures the author's central message in the writer's own words, ensuring clarity and precision. So, understanding what a summary is. A summary is an objective representation of a text that includes only the main ideas, excluding personal opinions, interpretations, or examples unless absolutely necessary for clarity. It focuses on answering the core questions. What is the text about? What are the key arguments or points? What is the writer's purpose? A summary should be significantly shorter than the original text, typically 1/3 or even 1/4 of the length, depending on the purpose and context. Unlike paraphrasing, which restates a text in similar length, a summary reduces information to its essentials. Key elements of summary writing. At the heart of any good summary are several core elements that ensure it serves its purpose effectively. First and foremost is brevity. A summary must be concise, typically ranging from 10% to 25% of the original text length, depending on the context. This requires ruthless editing to focus only on what's essential. Another critical element is objectivity. Summaries should remain neutral, presenting the author's ideas without injecting personal opinions, biases, or interpretations. This maintains the integrity of the original work and allows readers to form their own views. Clarity is equally vital. Use straightforward language, logical structure, and precise wording to avoid ambiguity. A well-structured summary often begins with the main thesis or central idea, followed by key supporting points, and may conclude with the implications or outcomes if relevant. Finally, completeness rounds out the elements. While concise, the summary must cover all major points to provide a balanced representation, ensuring no significant aspect is omitted that could alter the overall meaning of the text. So, main idea identification. The foundation of summary writing is the ability to identify the main idea or thesis of a text. This often appears in the introduction or is implied throughout the passage. Recognizing the main idea ensures that the summary remains focused and does not drift into unnecessary details. For example, if a passage discusses the impact of technology on education, the summary should emphasize the central argument rather than minor illustrations. Supporting ideas. A good summary includes essential supporting points that explain or justify the main idea. These are usually the most important arguments, facts, or reasons that the author uses to develop the central message. However, not all supporting ideas deserves equal attention. Only the most significant ones should be included. Minor examples and anecdotes are generally excluded unless they clarify a crucial concept. Techniques for identifying main ideas and supporting details. Begin by thoroughly reading the original text multiple times. First, for an overall understanding, then to highlight topic sentences, headings, and recurring themes. Look for the who, what, when, where, why, and how to pinpoint the central message. Techniques like skimming abstracts, introductions, and conclusions can help isolate the thesis and key arguments quickly. Distinguish between main ideas, broad concepts that drive the text, and supporting details such as examples or statistics, which can often be condensed or omitted. A useful method is to create an outline of the text, jotting down primary points in your own words, which forces you to process and prioritize information. Tools like mind mapping can visualize relationships between ideas, ensuring nothing critical is overlooked. This preparatory phase is crucial, as a strong grasp of the content prevents superficial summaries that miss the essence. Another key element of summary is logical structure and coherence. The structure of a summary plays a critical role in its clarity and flow. A well-organized summary typically mirrors the logical progression of the original text, but in a compressed form. It often begins with an introductory sentence that identifies the source, author, and main thesis or purpose, setting the stage for the reader. The body then outlines the key supporting points in a logical sequence, using transitions to connect ideas smoothly. For instance, in summarizing a research paper, you might group findings by themes rather than chronological order if that enhances coherence. The conclusion, if needed, restates the overall implications or final outcomes without introducing new information. This structural integrity helps the summary stand alone, making it accessible even to those unfamiliar with the source material. or the original text. Remember, the goal is not to rewrite the text verbatim, but to recognize or reorganize it for maximum efficiency, ensuring the reader can follow the narrative effortlessly. Summaries must follow the logical sequence of the original text. Coherence ensures that the condensed version reads smoothly and reflects the organization of the source material. Whether the original text is arranged chronologically, cause and effect, problem solution, or compare and contrast, the summary should maintain the same pattern without distorting meaning. Objectivity and neutrality. Objectivity is a crucial element in summary writing. The writer must avoid adding personal judgments, emotional language, or biased interpretations. The purpose is not to evaluate the text but to present its content accurately. Phrases like I think, I believe, the author should have are never appropriate in a summary. The writer's personal voice is minimized to allow the author's ideas to stand clearly. Objectivity follows closely, demanding that the summarizer remain neutral, avoiding bias or emotional language that could color the original intent. Conciseness and precision. A good summary eliminates unnecessary details, redundancies, and examples, aiming to be about 10 to 25% of the original length, depending on the context. This requires ruthless editing to focus only on what's crucial. Accuracy is another pillar. The summary must faithfully represent the author's ideas, facts, and arguments without distortion or omission of key information. Misrepresenting the source can lead to misinformation, so precision in language and content is non-negotiable. A summary requires precise and economical use of language. Long sentences, repeated ideas, conciseness and precision. A good summary eliminates unnecessary details, redundancies, and examples, aiming to be about 10 to 25% of the original length, depending on the context. This requires ruthless editing to focus only on what's crucial. Accuracy is another pillar. The summary must faithfully represent the author's ideas, facts, and arguments without distortion or omission of key information. Misrepresenting the source can lead to misinformation, so precision in language and content is non-negotiable. A summary requires precise and economical use of language. Long sentences, repeated ideas, and unnecessary adjectives must be avoided. The writer should use straightforward vocabulary and eliminate filler words. Precision also includes choosing the right verbs to express ideas. For instance, argues, explains, or illustrates as they convey an author's intent clearly and accurately. So that's all for today. We will continue our discussion in the next section. Thank you.